to the Shikama Live Show with your host Shikama. Today, this marks the final video in the series of investing for beginners, specifically about gold. This final video is probably the most important video, so make sure that you go back over the entire series, take notes, and make note of all of the information contained in the series. I will be starting a new series specifically talking about cash and the US dollar and why you would hold money in the US dollar for the coming crisis. Alright, so the topic of this video is the pump and dump scam. The advent of the internet is a turning point in history. We are fortunate to be living through a period of expanding, enlightened communications the world has ever seen. Given that the internet is less than a generation old, some have compared it to the Wild West. Today, almost anyone has access to staggering amounts of both valuable and invaluable information. When it comes to information about precious metals investing, this comparison is spot on. How does one sort out good content sources and information from the bad? The web is rife with people out to cheat and steal from you, and their methods are becoming more sophisticated by the day. What alarms us here at the Shikama Live Show is that some of the ongoing scams are so precisely tuned that they operate in the open and are often defended and even celebrated by their victims. Pump and dump scams rely on manipulating an investor's greed and lack of knowledge and have been around as long as people have been digging holes in the ground. Whether it's oil wells, diamonds, gold, or silver, the essential tricks are the same. Here's how they work. The con usually starts with a thinly traded company or a company with a limited track record. The individuals looking to benefit from a pump and dump typically acquire company shares at a very cheap price, normally pennies a share. This is where the term penny stocks comes from. They then market or pump the stock as the next big thing. In the old days, this was done via telephone or newsletters. Recently, the trend has been for owners of these penny stocks to seek out internet bloggers and video makers who have a large following and pay them to advertise their company, often with highly questionable claims and data. Potential investors hear claims like, "This silver discovery may be the highest grade exploration in decades, and you are going to want to get in on the ground floor. The company's share prices may more than triple shortly." When new investors flood in, their purchases and fresh capital cause a thinly traded stock to rise quickly. It is precisely then that the unscrupulous pumpers sell or dump their previous cheaply purchased equities as newly bloated prices. As a result, the aforementioned new investors are simply left holding a bag of plummeting, worthless stock shares. In the most extreme circumstances, pump and dumpers have set out from the very beginning to create a large and loyal internet following on whom they can equally prey upon. On the surface, these scam artists can be hard to spot because they appear to be offering fantastic information in line with the needs of the common man. They can create fantastic videos and articles using themes of liberty and freedom to entice people in signing up for their email list. Quite often, they will spend thousands of dollars promoting their videos online. Inevitably, the pump emails start to arrive in the inboxes of thousands of unwary folks, of whom a marketing message of greed is endorsed, and the business end of the scam commences. So how do you spot these pump and dumpers operations? For the most part, all that is required is some common sense. First, investors should always perform proper due diligence or any potential investment they may embark upon. Almost anyone can make a cutting-edge, emotionally connected video on today's shaky economy. What about their track record? Do they have a historic background of successful financial insights or advertisements? One should always learn as much background information as possible on the messenger or messengers and their track record or records. As with any industry, all it takes are a few bad apples to ruin it for the good guys, of whom there are plenty within the precious metal sector. In conclusion, beware of penny stock promoters on the internet. If you have signed up for precious metals related newsletter, but you are being bombarded with alternate investment options, be extremely cautious. Be wary of bloggers and video makers who preach the Bible of physical precious metal ownership only to offer you speculative mining shares. Keep in mind that some popular educational videos are nothing more than an email list generator for future scams yet employed. Be vigilant. Always perform proper due diligence. Check backgrounds and track records. And finally, use common sense. There is plenty of information about gold and silver online. Always check about 5 different sources of information about any one source. Don't listen to one source about a mine or a company. Always look at 5 sources and look at all of their books on a company if you're trying to invest in a mining company. This concludes both this video and the entire series on investing for beginners in gold. Thank you for tuning in to the Shikama Live Show.